Where we at? We're here.
Well,
you go ahead. Give me.
No, you can tell me. You're the professional.
And go for it. You come out of the slide. Since I left you.
All right, that's a stumper.
I think it's the
Since I left you by someone.
I think it's the Avalanches. I'm pretty sure it's the
I
Avalanches.
don't know them. I'll agree with you.
Okay, so that's what Jack has spun for the fourth album, Avalanches. Yep. So they're
They are not a BC record.
They're not.
And they never will be.
Why, hello there. Professor Adam. And on this week's Wheel of Albums, I can honestly say I haven't heard of the band of the Avalanches. I will do my due diligence, Justin, and I will give it 3 spins.
Justin had to tell me that's the Avalanches, not I am the Avalanche and not the Avalanche. And so I'm giving 2 versions of my initial reaction. 1, I don't know who the Avalanches are. My second review will be after my first listen.
Since I Left You, I remember this album being a pretty big deal when it was released in 2000. And I do remember the singles Frontier Psychiatrist, Since I Left You, the self-titled song. I like both of those songs a lot, so I was looking forward to listening to this all the way through. I have before. Their follow-up, Wildflower, took 16 years to finish up, and I own that, and that's a fun, like, Neo-Psychedlia sampler. Jack, you're a big fan of pop culture sampling, right?
And my initial reaction after my first listen is, I'm glad I didn't know who the Avalanches are. Maybe it'll take a turn later once I get into the questionings and the conversation, but I do not feel I have disliked a record so intensely, so quickly as I have Since I Left You by the Avalanches.
It's not really music, it's more just samples, right? And they're weaving it, they're cutting and pasting it and making a collage.
Album has 3,500 samples.
I will say it's probably the most seamless album we've listened to here on Wheel of Albums.
Hey, these are just a sample on a sample on a sample, a sampler platter. What we see with the video add-ons, we would like to do with audio add-ons. So yes, it's sample heavy. Yes, I'm sure there's something familiar in there, but I'm going to keep going back to this point. I really dislike this. It's the antithesis of art, because they think if we put one piece of art and pay homage to it, that's cool. What if we put 10,000 pieces of art together? That makes us even super cool. It doesn't. They never met a moment of silence they didn't want to fill up with 12 other pieces of crap.
You know, as far as samples go, I can't say I picked up on anything, but I'm not that great at picking up pop culture and different stuff. And I read somewhere that they like to get really obscure. So I'm going to leave that to you, Justin, and Jack, the maestro of obscure pop culture.
I really dislike this.
The only thing I know for sure is Stool Pigeon by Kid Creole and the Coconuts is on Close to You. Now, beyond that, I thought there was more songs and samples on here I did know. I always thought Good Times was playing, but they like to find the most obscure stuff and just throw it all together. It's not deliberately setting a mood like Introducing by DJ Shadow, nor is it big time pop cultures like on Paul's Boutique. It is its own little entity, maybe not to investigate into, but just to have as good background music.
This album is tricky, to say the least. It plays with your mind a little bit. Each time you listen to it, you get something different. The first time I listened to it, I swore that by the end of it, I was like, I got to look to see what beef they had with Dizzy Rascal, because I kept thinking they were saying Dizzy Rascal in one of the songs.
You know what? I've listened to 5 TVs at one time before. That doesn't make me a musical genius.
Well, it seems like this is a good time to bring in Professor Adam to explain more about Plunderphonics.
Professor Adam. So the Avalanches are a great example of something we've never heard of before and never talked about, which is Plunderphonics. Ooh, it's like making a 7-layer bean dip. So Plunderphonics is a genre of experimental music and sound collage built by taking existing audio recordings, altering them, and recontextualizing them into new compositions. The term blends plunder, which means to steal, and phonics, sound. Moving on, the core idea of Plunderphonics is using recognizable audio, like pop songs, speeches, or commercial jingles, and manipulating the pitch, speed, or sequence to question ideas of copyright, originality, and ownership.
Right, I get it. It gets to be its own little super sub genre.
And now for a star student, here is J.J. McKay with a demonstration on sampling.
Thanks, Professor. Let's go, boys.
7-layer bean dip. Yeah.
Baker dozens. That's a play on words.
Yeah.
Double yolk. That's a play on words. Double yolk.
Yeah. Cherry chew.
Carton's empty. That's our power ballad.
Cherry. Yeah.
Thank you. I'll be putting in my application for the Grammys. Make sure you watch it in February.
I will say that Plunderphonics is kind of two-edged. So sometimes it's great, and I'm looking at you, Frontier Psychiatrist and Live at Domino's, 2 really good tracks, but other times the samples just get kind of boring and mundane.
Okay, well then would you consider this album being a good backyard barbecue soundtrack? I think there's something sunny about it and delightful and just something about it that just puts me in a good mood. Let's flip some burgers.
This is the album you try to drive people away from having an outside barbecue and get them to go back into their house.
It's not good for a backyard BBQ. I don't want to listen to it by myself in the basement like some weirdo.
But this album's kind of like gambling in a Vegas casino, right? They want you to win early, so they give you, since I left you, a great track to begin with, and then they kind of toy with you. You win a little here, you lose a little bit, but then by the end of Extra Kings, the last track of the album, you go, oh, I had that huge payout, but somehow I lost all my money and the deed to my house, and what happened?
As much as I dislike the entire album, I'll give super subtle prompts to Little Journey, only because for a moment it made me think about watching an episode of Love Boat, but that's it. Not because it does sample the Love Boat, which I don't think it does. I'd much rather watch an episode of the Love Boat.
Let's tackle this a different way then. Let's say you've got the rights to any type of music that you want. You can pick an old TV show and an old album, and you can mix the two together to create your own art as far as Plunderphonics go. You're not even plundering. We're just phonicking. We're making a sound collage. What 2 things are you taking?
It just so happens that I was sitting watching some Yogi Bear and Hanna-Barbera. In my head, we're going to say the Hanna-Barbera characters. Got Fred Flintstone, Barney Rubble, Jabberjaws, Huckleberry Hound, the easygoing blue southern accented dog. You got Scooby-Doo, Ruh-Roh Shaggy, Johnny Quest, the Jetsons. We're going to take all of those samples and we're going to mix them together with John Cougar 1983 album,
Johnny Cougar Jabberjaws.
Imagine Hanna-Barbera and Crumbling Down or Pink Houses or the Authority songs, and I think mixing those together, boom, I think I got something here. What are you guys doing?
I'm going Barney Miller. Strong bass line in the theme. It's a cast-driven comedy, so there's going to be a lot of one-liners delivered from different people. You got Fish, you got Jack Sue, you got Ron Glass, you got Barney Miller, you got Wojciech Howitz, and you got Dietrich. So you're going to have a lot of quotes to use, so that's good. And the album I'll go with would be Songs and Stories of the Justice League. That was a Power Records. A Wonder Woman story, a Flash story, but it had a Plastic Man song and story. But the big standout to me, there was a Metamorpho song and story, and that Metamorpho song is top notch.
All right, so when you guys came up with stuff for yourself as far as making up, this is kind of fun to do. You could go ahead and mix stuff together, and I think you guys are starting to see the fun of this album.
This wheel of albums, is this even real?
So, Justin, I am starting to become really convinced that you are playing a long con on me and Jack.
Is this
Clear to me,
book
maybe,
real?
that you are running
I've
a
never
long
seen
con.
the
And
book.
for the listener, if you don't know
It was
what a long
episode
con is,
73 on August 2nd when I lost my crew. I started to wonder, and I could feel mutiny in the air whenever they were talking to me about Avalanches since I left you. And how could both of them dislike this album so much? Such a good feeling album. Then I did what a lot of people do. I took it to Google and I searched on AI to get an idea of why they hated it so much. This is what I call a deeper understanding of my brother and friend. Like, it's very useful information. Reasons some listeners struggle with this album include the overwhelming density, lack of traditional structure, and aversion to Plunderphonics. Because it crams an estimated 3,500 distinct micro samples from old records, movies, and TV shows into a single hour, it's a continuous, fast-moving sonic collage. Some first-time listeners feel like the entire record blurs into one long, confusing track, rather than distinct songs. So yeah, the best thing to do in 2026 in this day and age, when your friends are struggling with something, the best thing to do to understand them better is to Google it, to AI it. And guys, I'm sorry if I've been not understanding what you're going through, but I do now. And apologies if you've not liked this, but the wheel is for real.
Justin, this album is a joke, and not a funny joke.
We're still friends, Jack. We can have our differences. I, of course, scored it highest with the 6. Adam with the 4.33 and Jack with the 2.111 for an overall rating of 4.148. Our 3 favorite songs, Frontier Psychiatrist, Since I Left You, and Close to You. Our least favorite song, or the lowest scoring song, Diners Only.
Must you get into the Avalanches and plunder what they're throwing down on Since I Left You? Simple answer. No. It's a no for me. The album, I loved Frontier Psychiatrist, but the rest of the songs were kind of tough to get into. They did have a couple highlights.
These are all broken pieces put into a pile, and then they just hope that somebody unknowingly looks at it or listens to it and says, this means something. This is important. It's not. No clever points for the boys from Australia. No, do not listen to Since I Left You by the Avalanches before you die. Terrible record. Listen to Metamorpho theme song. You're going to feel good, powerful.
Okay, then I will be the lone wolf here and say, yes, you should listen to Since I Left You from the Avalanches. I understand my panel, my fellow podcasters' dislike of this album. I get it. I still think it's a wonderful listen. I think it's something that you can listen to over and over, get enjoyment from it. It's nothing that's going to bring you down. It's a seamless audio good time. Just a collage of good feelings. And that's it. You don't need to look into it deep or whatever. It's just a good time. And I liked it.
And remember, kids, plundering and stealing samples, piracy's bad. Not in my house.
Hey, we here at Wheel of Albums would like to thank YouTube subscribers for getting us up over 100 subscribers. Yeah, let's go. If you like what you hear, smash the subscribe button here to keep that number growing. And also, Spotify, we're there each week. Every Monday we have a new episode. Follow along there and give us a rating as well. And now I've got the wheel for next week, and let's see if I can spin something more to Adam and Jack's liking for episode number 74. Okay, and the wheel spins, and it lands on... it lands on the Tom Tom Club, their self-titled debut album. Next time on Wheel of Albums, and see how that goes.
They
are not a BC record.
They're not.
And they never will be.
When I spun the wheel at the beginning of prior to the episode, we noticed that the BC Records did not have any Avalanches. And now after listening to it, no, there is no way. Don't even try bringing in a used copy and hoping to get store credit. You're not getting it. Do not bring the Avalanches to BC Records. It will be unaccepted. Disallowed. You'll be banned. Don't be bringing that.